My sister breastfed in front of 250 guests at my wedding. It was supposed to be our day. Everything looked perfect. The lights, the music, my wife's dress. For once, everything was going right. And then my sister pulled out her baby. Now, my sister just had a kid 2 months ago. And ever since then, she breastfeeds everywhere. At our parents' house, at restaurants, on a park bench. I never said anything because, honestly, I knew she'd bite my head off. But when she did it in front of everyone at my wedding, I just lost it. We were in the middle of dinner. The band was playing soft music. People were laughing, and suddenly, I saw her just sitting there at the table, unbuttoning her dress, in front of 250 people. I froze. My wife saw it too, and gave me this wide-eyed look like, is this actually happening right now? Guests started whispering. Some were trying not to look, but everyone noticed. My uncle even coughed and turned his chair around. And there she was, acting like nothing was wrong, feeding the baby in full view of everyone. I took a breath, walked over, and whispered, "Hey, couldn't you have brought formula or pumped milk for tonight?" She looked at me, completely calm, and said, "Why would I? I'm comfortable breastfeeding. Pumping hurts." I tried to stay cool. "Okay, but this is my wedding. Couldn't you just make an exception for one day? This isn't appropriate." She gave me that look, the don't start with me look, and said, "I can't just stop when my baby's hungry. That's not how it works." I said, "Then maybe you should have planned for that instead of doing this in front of everyone." Her eyes widened. "Are you serious right now? You think I'm embarrassing you? I'm feeding my child." I kept my voice low, but my face was burning. "Yeah, and you're doing it in front of my guests during my reception. This is not the time or place," she snapped. "It's not like I'm doing a strip show. Grow up." And then of course people heard. Heads turned. My aunt gasped. My cousin whispered something and started laughing. My sister stood up, baby in her arms, and said loud enough for everyone to hear, "Apparently feeding a baby is embarrassing now." The whole room went quiet. You could have heard a pin drop. Then my mom got up, glaring at me like I'd just kicked a puppy. "Ali, what is wrong with you?" she said. "She's taking care of her child." I tried to explain. "Mom, it's just this is a formal event. It's tacky to—" "Tacky?" my sister shouted. "Are you calling me tacky for feeding my baby?" Now everyone was watching. My wife was frozen at the table, completely mortified. My dad just sighed and rubbed his forehead like this was the start of another family drama. I felt cornered. "You could have gone to the back room, anywhere, but not right here in front of who?" She cut me off. "Your friends? Your fancy guests? What, you think they've never seen a woman breastfeed?" People started murmuring. My best man leaned over and whispered, "Bro, just drop it." But it was too late. She was shaking, furious. "You're unbelievable," she said. "You'd rather your nephew go hungry than be embarrassed for 5 seconds?" I opened my mouth to answer, but she turned away, walked straight toward the exit, baby still in her arms, everyone staring. My mom followed her yelling, "Honey, wait!" And my dad trailed behind. And suddenly, the wedding felt empty. The music had stopped. My wife looked down at her plate, trying to pretend this wasn't happening. I went back to the table, trying to act like everything was fine, but people were whispering everywhere. Someone said, "That was uncomfortable." Someone else muttered, "He really shouldn't have said anything." Then my wife leaned in and whispered, "You need to apologize to her. Now." I looked at her, shocked. "What? You saw what happened?" She shook her head. "She's your sister. You made a scene. You embarrassed yourself." I laughed under my breath, trying to hold it together. "You've got to be kidding." But everyone, my parents, my cousins, even random guests, took her side. Nobody said a word to her about how weird it was. Nobody mentioned how uncomfortable it made everyone. Later that night, I found out she'd posted a picture online, captioned it, "Normalizing breastfeeding, even when it makes people uncomfortable." The comments were all, "You go, mama, and your brother needs to grow up." And that's when I realized she wasn't even embarrassed. She wanted the attention. She turned my wedding into her little statement moment. And all I could do was sit there, surrounded by whispers, watching everyone scroll through her post instead of celebrating our night. The only thing louder than the music was the sound of people liking her photo.